Alright, good morning everyone. It is Friday. We're coming down to the end of this week. And before I do get started, I do want to address two things. First thing is that today, guys, I do have a meeting I do have to attend to. So due to the meeting, the stream will be will end a little bit earlier this morning. So I do apologize about that. I'm thinking we go to around like 10:15, 10:20ish, and we usually do end it on a Friday early, anyways. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So stream will be a little bit cut short this morning. Sorry about that. And I do want to just address one more thing to you guys. Uh, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and I really don't want to bring this topic back up again. But since we did talk about it yesterday, I do want to show you guys. I got this in the mail yesterday. An official trade confirmation. This was my CTRM trade. I think it was last week, and I got this in the mail yesterday. So really don't want to bring this topic up again, but just want to show you guys that I'm taking legitimate trades. This is 100% legit from Centerpoint, a trade confirmation, and I have tons of these. If you want, I could show them all to you guys, but I'm not going to do that. There's no point. So just want to show you guys that. And if you still think this is forged or fake, all I can say is just hop off the live stream. So just wanted to bring that up. Last time I'm going to talk about it. Topic's not going to be brought up in here anymore. So, all right, just wanted to get those two things out of the way. And let's get into this morning watch list. All right. All right. Salty. If you're serious, man, I'm gonna have to ban you. I'm gonna have to ban you. So Salty, if you think this is fake, I'm gonna have to ban you. But guys, I really don't want to talk about this. I really don't. I just want to have a good time and trade. So, uh, I don't want to. I really don't want to talk about this. All right, guys. Salty, I'm really sorry, man. But I did have to remove you. You caused a lot of issues yesterday, and I'm just not gonna put up with it. So, just not gonna put up with it. So I'm sorry, Salty. I did have to ban you from the channel. All right, guys. Enough of that. Enough of that. All right. So let's get into this watch list, guys. Let's get into this morning watch list. Do have three tickers on watch: RBZ, OPTT, and ACRS. So on RBZ, I did have one trade on this over in pre-market. I did short right around here at this 170 mark. RBZ, if you guys look at the history on the stock, guys, this is a known fader. It does have a history of giving back its gains. So we had extremely weak volume, buying volume this week. This morning. Sword had multiple rejection, just couldn't get over this 180 line. Each time we tested 180, just couldn't push, just didn't get enough volume to get over the hump. So I did take a short right around this 170 mark, and I was covering 148. So I did have a trade in RBZ in the pre-market. So did have a nice little green trade there this morning. As far as RBZ, heading into the morning, there's really no meat on it. It's only up 6% now, and I wouldn't even long it either, and there's no reason to even look for a short on RBZ. It's only up 6% right now. Unless it gets more of a pop, then we could look at it then on RBZ. But this is on the toxic ticker list, and this is one that I will not be longing. All right, so next let's look at ACRS. ACRS. Now, ACRS, guys, this is probably my favorite play this morning. If this one could ever get some good volume towards it, I think this is set up for a real nice long on ACRS. This did have positive phase 3, met primary endpoints and secondary endpoints. So we had fantastic news on ACRS. I've seen stocks with phase 3 news go on massive rips, massive runs. Yes, the float is a little bit higher than we would have liked on ACRS, right around 36 million in float. But you guys can see we have a very high amount of institutional ownerships, 97% with positive phase 3 news. If this thing could ever get some volume towards it on ACRS, this is definitely my favorite play this morning for a possible long. I'll never short a phase 3, especially we have 97% IO. This is something I wouldn't be looking to short, even though we are doing pretty weak volume in pre-market. I could definitely see that changing here on ACRS. We were halted yesterday, and we did open up, and we did have a nice little rally yesterday in after hours. I know a few traders did take this. I know Come to Life was scalping this one in after hours yesterday, so great job for you guys. And let's see if momentum's going to carry over here on ACRS. I'm definitely liking this play this morning if it could ever get some better volume towards it, obviously. OPTT here. What is the float nowadays on OPTT? This used to be a very low float. Is it 1 million a float? I feel like it's higher than that. I could have sworn that that OPTT. Is that true, guys? Anyone can confirm that? Anyone can confirm that the news is recycled? I don't want to bring up Yahoo Finance. I know it's gonna be an ad. I know you guys don't want to get hit with an ad right there. Casria 5.3 million. That's what I've. Yeah. If you guys can confirm it's recycled, I think I did check. Someone did tell me that yesterday, but I didn't see it was recycled. And that would be pretty strange to recycle that good of a headline. Rumors. Thank you. All right, so we do have a 5 million in float on OPTT. All right, so if anyone could confirm that in Discord, that'd be much appreciated. Showing 2 official news articles from the same from the date September 16th. That'd be much appreciated. All right. So let's see. OPTT. We have 5 million in float here. So it's not a micro float, but it's still a low float on OPTT. Let's look what it's done in the recent runs, guys. That's what we like to do. We like to dissect the stock. We like to look at the statistics. We like to see if it's gone on former runs in the past. We like to go back and look at high volume days and see what it's done. All right, so OPTT here on 8/23, we did do 9 million in volume, so we had a high volume day. Opened up at 234, and the high day was 234. So you can see went on a fade. It's last high volume run. Let's go look at here. We had another high volume day, 11 million. Opened up at 270, hit a high at 284, closed at 256. So not too much range there. Did have a low at 242, but still didn't really give much opportunity out of the open. Here on this day, 4-3, we did have a nice run, but I believe this was when it was a micro float. I could be wrong. It's a long time, but you can see here we did do some nice volume. We did 24 million in volume this day. We hit a high of $16 from an open of $8.60. But you guys could see we still closed though below the open, so it did get back all of its gains, but it did go on a nice run first. So you guys see, I just went through like the last 4 or 5 runs on some decent volume. Most of those days were faders and didn't get much opportunity after the open. One day it did, but you guys can see so far volume is extremely weak in the pre-market. We'll see what it looks at open, and then we could go from there. We'll see how the price action and volume looks at open. So we'll play it by ear here on OPTT. We'll see what it does at open. So top watches are going to be ACRS. We can see if RBZ gives a pop for us. And OPTT, no bias at the moment on this one. We got to see what it does at open. So that's going to be it for the morning watch list. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Casper, right? I mean, recycle. That big of a headline. I see some of you guys are saying it. So, I mean, if anyone can confirm that, Alex, did you just post it in the Discord there? Let me see. September 16th. All right. I mean, this is from Yahoo Finance, Global Newswire, September 2016. This does look like it is the same news here. So it looks like we do have some recycled news. But let's go back and look at September 16th, what it did do that day. Yeah, so it looks like it is true. Here, September 16th, we did 33 million in volume on this day. So it did have a reaction to the previous recycled news on it. So definitely sketchy there, guys. Sketchy here on ACRS. Recycled news. They recycled that same really good headline twice. So that does change. It changed my bias on it a lot here on ACRS this morning. And it's so weird too. They halted it too yesterday, pending news. Very sketchy stuff right there. So good job for you guys pointing that out. It is recycled. Yeah, Casper. Alex just posted it there in Discord. So he did confirm that. All right, so you got about 4 minutes till we open on up. What's going on, C-Dub? So for anyone tuning in late, the stream do have to wrap it up a little early this morning. I do have a meeting to attend to, so we're probably gonna go around to 10:15, 10:20ish, and it is a Friday anyway. Friday is usually the toughest trading days of the week, and I usually end early on a Friday anyway, so it's not like I'm wrapping it up at 9:45. I'm still gonna go to 10:15, 10:20ish this morning, so I do apologize about that. Travel thoughts. Any stock in earnings that's looking good? I primarily trade penny stocks here, so usually don't trade stocks on earnings. Just really primarily penny stocks here. You can maybe look at Alex. Alex does trade some bigger caps. I'm sure Alex is looking at some of the earnings plays. I'm sure he's looking at Amazon today. I know they did have a big drop yesterday in after hours. And that also could be affecting this week. This week has been a little bit slower. It is. We do have a lot of earnings on some bigger caps, so we could have a lot of volume over there on the bigger cap stocks. Also, could be impacting our small cap market a little bit this week. You can see the top gap are only up. Don't really count this. Only 30,000 shares traded. The top gap is really only up like 19% this morning. David, thank you. Good luck to you all, you guys as well. Let's all be safe. Let's all be smart. And let's have a great trading day this morning. Make sure you guys are taking good quality setups, not giving in the FOMO. And let's see what we have in store for this Friday. Let me throw up the new scanners for us. Casper, I do think it's true because if you go back and look how it reacted on the 16th of September, it did go on a pretty big gap there. So I'm kind of leaning towards its recycled news. You could see here, if you go back and look at that date that Alex posted in Discord, 9/16, you could see, uh, must have been in after hours, but you could see here the 17th, it did react to that news. Had 33 million in volume traded that day. So kind of leaning towards that, that is news. That is a recycled setup. All right, market is about to open. Let's see what we have in store for us today. I am up small green on the day, so don't want to force anything if I don't see any good setups. Don't want to let my green day go red. So let's see. ACRS and being a little bit more cautious now due to recycled news does impact my bias a lot on it. XNet here, bigger float. Here's OPTT, a little bit of a pop. Let's check out OPTT. So just watching right now, being patient. You guys know I don't like trading right out of the open. So far, both these two stocks right out of the gates, OPCT and ACRS, both weaker in volume right out of the gates. Even though the news is recycled, does not mean it's an automatic short. Still have 97% institutional ownership. So you guys see how the volume's going to continue to look on this thing on ACRS. Here's RBZ. Did have a pre-market short on RBZ this morning. We'll see if this one can get more of a pop. CGIX, I believe, was this a reverse split on CGIX? Let me look. I think this one may have had a split. Stock block, you're watching ACRS at 180. Let's see, ACRS. No, I was looking at CGIX. CGX. Let me see if this had a split. Yep, CGIX does have a split this morning. So you do have a reverse split on CGIX. Yep, thank you, Ninja Jack. Reverse split plus news. If you guys look, I like to look at market trends. If you guys look at the last 2 days, we had reverse splits. Oh man, what was yesterday's? I know we had N and DM. And how could I forget? What was yesterday's reverse split? Anyone want to help me out with that? Did have a reverse split yesterday. Yep, thank you, Alex. APOP. If you guys look at the last two reverse splits we had, both of them turned out to be major faders. NNDM, huge fader. APOP yesterday did go on a fade. So we've been seeing the last two reverse splits get crushed. CGIX also this morning reverse split. So let's see how this one plays out. So I always like to look at and see market trends. Let's see, what are you guys saying? TROV. Yeah, TROV starting to go on a multi-day run here. Went on this initial pop on up, and now starting to go on a day 3 move here. Here's RBZ. RBZ is interesting here. Now I did have an initial short on it over in pre-market. Did cover at 148 for a win there. So I do want to see if this one's going to get more of a pop here on RBZ. ACRS trying to go for a red to green here. Still on light volume though. Just be careful, guys. RBZ, like I said, this one's very toxic. It is on the toxic ticker list for me. Loves to get back its gains. Loves to trap longs on RBZ. Not a clean play there. Definitely not a clean play on the long side. I've got burned on this plenty of times in the past on the long side. Plenty of times. And then I just, every time it gapped up, had it on the toxic ticker list. And, I've been catching some nice fades on it now, on RBZ. Let's see ACRS. ACRS is still light in volume, but there's still that high IO right there. So we'll see what it does. We'll see if it can complete this red to green move. RBZ. So watching that. So right now, just watching, just waiting. No trades so far out of the gates. You guys can see overall a little bit of lack of volume so far. A little bit of lack of volume so far. You guys are liking XNet? XNet? So we can keep XNet on the I'm gonna keep XNet on the other screen here. I'll keep it on watch. A little bit higher in the float on XNet. RBZ trying to test these highs right here at 160. So let's pay attention to the tape here on RBZ. Let's watch the tape here. Yeah, so far nice little uptrend there on XNet. Nice little uptrend here on XNet. Just kind of riding the view up here on XNet. Could be a slow, steady grinder there. Let's see how the daily looks. not, for some reason, it's not coming up here on the top gainers. It's gonna have some $3 resistance here on XNet. Let's watch the tape here on RBZ as we come up to 160. ACRS coming up to $2. So RBZ here having some trouble here at 160. Shorting here, I feel like will be a little bit aggressive. And if you want, you could risk, the highs, taking a paper cut. Then you could look for a possible re-entry on the short side. But I think more of a safer idea of waiting for this initial squeeze. Get some early shorts out of there. And then maybe look towards more of these this pre-market high area around 180. Those are kind of my thoughts on it on RBZ. And yeah, looks like it is dumping here on RBZ. So what else are you guys looking at? Anything else? Let's see if I'm missing anything. Make sure I'm not missing anything. ACRS, we're watching that one. So the bid stepped in there on RBZ. Oh, bidder just stepped right in there on RBZ. But that one's always trying to trap longs and then dump. CGX, the reverse split, still holding up here. But what do you know? We've been seeing the last few reverse splits give back its gains. AMAG, light volume, ADMP. TROV, nice little multi-day runner here on TROV. I don't usually like longing after day ones, but nice one here on TROV. How'd this close? You can see it close strong here, so, most of the time we see stocks close strong. Usually we do see some sort of continuation. So I'm not really seeing any A+ setups so far. No stock I'm totally in love with. If I had to lean towards anything, it would probably be RBZ on a possible short if this thing goes, if this thing ever breaks 160, comes up to pre-market highs. That would probably be my my favorite play at the moment. ACRS, don't love it as much after seeing that the news is recycled, and even looking at the volume, it's nothing spectacular. Would have liked to have seen much better volume on this one on ACRS. Stock block, you're gonna walk at 10 today. Not seeing anything you like. Yeah, a little bit slower today. BYSI. BYSI. Big gap down here. Let's see. Trying to get a little bit of reversal here. Let's see. Let me look at a different chart real quick. I don't really love the charts on trade ideas. So it looks like they have some sort of bad catalyst here on BYSI. Slowly starting to reverse a little bit here. So we could see a dead cat bounce. Could see a dead cat bounce here on BYSI. SSR is on, uptrending a little bit here. What's the short float on it? Oh, only 5%. Usually these tend to be nice. Usually these ones tend to be much better if the short float's higher. Because you're going to have a lot of shorts who are, you'll load it up here, look to cover and take their profits. But short float only 5% here. So maybe we get a bounce here. But yeah, I like to see that number higher when I'm looking for this setup. Let's see, RBZ. Oh, yep. Pablo, check out DEST. Yep, check it out for you. DEST. Platform a little slow this morning. Let's see. Sorry about that. Just give me a second here. Just having a little platform delay. Alright, here we go. DST. DST, nice. Cheap one here, but doing some decent volume. Actually nothing great. It's out of sorts, 20 cents. So, I haven't looked into the catalyst on it on DEST. Let me look at the daily. Look kind of beat daily chart. Let me see the short float on it. Short float only 6% on DEST. So yeah, personally, it's not something I would trade. I don't like trading 20-cent stocks. I'm not a big fan of under $1 plays, but you could give it a look. If you're playing, if you like those cheaper ones on those under 50-cent plays, but not something I'm too interested in on DEST. And usually like to see the volume a lot higher. You want to see the volume a lot higher on those cheaper ones, and the volume's not that great on that one. Let's see, CPST, 7 million in float on the scans. What's going on, Alex? You're not live streaming today, man? But yeah, as far as small caps are a little slow today. You know how it is, Alex. Fridays usually slower days for small caps, and kind of having that Friday effect today. Had one trade in pre-market. Had a short on RBZ. So far, 16 minutes in, no trades yet. Let's see, MLNT. MLNT, I'm seeing down 20% here. Down 20% on MLNT here. Let's see. So we're trying to reverse here on MLNT. Trying to reverse here. Once again, a little bit of a dead cat bounce setup off. I'm sure it had a bad catalyst this morning. So ACRS still holding on up here, putting in some higher lows. But you can see we're having some trouble each time we test $2, putting in some upper shadows right there. RBZ trying to tried to curl back on up there, but did reject again. We'll see if it's gonna hold 150. Last time it came on down RBZ, we saw it get soaked back on up. Saw this soak on up. So let's see what it does here. Let's see if we get some big bidder step in again. Yeah, how's XNet looking? I definitely see XNet being like a a steady grinder. Yeah, so XNet forming an ABCD pattern here. Looks like we're forming a little bit of an ABCD. You can see we got the A, B, putting in C, high or low, looking for a possible climb up. So this could be a possible long if you guys like it on XNet. Risking that that 270 level on XNet. Alex, oh, you're having yeah, I remember you telling me about that. You're having some platform issues. Yeah, hopefully you get that that figured out. All right, Stockblock. Have a great weekend, man. Yeah, guys, remember, XNet, we are farming a nice bullish pattern here. It's a little bit higher than the float, so we'll see how it looks here as we come on up. But it is forming a nice bullish pattern here on XNet. Yep, it's around 33 million. So we could put XNet here on the chart. See, nice little pattern here. So top watches right now is RBZ, ACRS, and XNet. Top 3 watches right now. ACRS, guys, looking like it's going to be a fader here. Just rejected again. You can see each time we popped on up over 195, put it in upper shadows, and we just broke the trend here on ACRS. So coming on down over there on ACRS, the story on that one was the recycled news. So we had recycled news there on ACRS, and the volume. Price action volume was weak. Even if it, let's just say ACRS wasn't recycled, right? Let's say the news wasn't recycled, I still would have long it. The price action was weak, volume was weak. There's no reason to long it, even if it had positive news. But clearly, having that recycled news definitely impacted it there on ACRS. So let's see if XNet can break out of this ABCD pattern here. I didn't take it on XNet. Didn't take the trade. Like I did tell you guys, I do have a meeting in like 30 minutes. So right around 10:30ish. So I do have to be out by like 10:15, 10:20. So I don't want to get stuck in anything. And I do feel like XNet could be one of those plays that may drag on because it's a higher float. So don't want to get caught up in that, something like that. Nice, Casper. Roll out of XNet. Sweet. Yeah, good setup there on XNet. If that's a setup you guys like playing, then go for it. Abby, ABCD pattern. If you do look in our Discord chat, you scroll all the way down to the bottom. You could look at ABCD patterns and XNet. I'm going to take a picture of this and screenshot it because this is a clear-cut ABCD pattern here. Got our initial move on up, A. There's B. And there's C. Usually the best entry is right around C. So if you got in around 280 here, risking 270 with a target of $3, that'd be ideal. So if anyone took this, great job on XNet. Personally, I didn't take it, but I did call this out pretty early here on XNet to you guys. The risk level would be that 270 level. I would say getting in now is a little chasey. I would say the best area to enter would have been low 280s. Once you saw that higher low being put in. So I would say $3 would be the area I'd be looking to scale on out. Alright, so there we go on XNet. Nice little Friday play here. Don't get greedy, guys. Don't get greedy. It's a Friday. Remember, this is not a micro float here either on XNet. Just playing a technical breakout pattern here on XNet. This is all technicals here. All technicals on XNet here. So not one to expect to maybe run the 350. Be realistic. Have good targets. Maybe if you guys even want to be smart, maybe lock in a little 295, 296 in case, he does reject that 3 and pull back. One of those that you miss your target by a couple cents, but maybe selling a couple cents earlier, will it'll save you a few bucks, in case it comes back down to your stop. Because, let's say let's say I was in XNet now and I was in at 280, right? My new stop loss would be 280. I'm not gonna let a trade good in the money here, go red on me. So if I was in now, I would have my stop at break even, and definitely not a bad idea to lock in, around 295, 296 in case we do reject here at $3. It is Friday, toughest trading day of the week. Could be a lack of volume here. Could have a lack of follow through on the XNet push. But totally up to you guys. Totally up to you guys. You trade trade how you want. If you have a $3 target, 310s, 320s, go for it. I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion here and what I'm thinking right now. Nice, Eli. Stepped in at 281, sold at 295. Great. Appreciate that, Ivan. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell on. Notifies you guys every time I go live. So appreciate it, Ivan. And these are 100% real-time scanners too. I know some people a little skeptical, but no, 100% real-time scanners. No one has contacted me to delay my scanners. All in real time. So none of these are delayed. Let's see, Chris. Strong break of 3 later on. What do I think? I would. It's tough. I'd probably say you're probably gonna want to see the breakout happen now. This is kind of when I would expect the breakout to happen. I'm not really expecting this type of play to, break down, trap. I'm not really expecting that on a high float like this. This is real volume, real liquidity here on XNet. I would probably say this is when I would expect the break of 3. I wouldn't really expect it later on. It's possible, but I would say I'm kind of expecting it to push here on XNet. But what I think of the setup, it's a great setup. It's a good setup. I like to play it. The ABCD pattern, great setup. Nice morning push. B, C get that higher low, and here comes D. Let's see if we can get D to follow through over 3. Good setup here to screenshot and throw in your pattern book. I'm gonna do that on XNet here. I'm gonna screenshot this and I'm gonna put it right in my my pattern book, my playbook. It's a good setup here. Let's see if we get this break over 3, 299. Right here, let's see the volume start to come on in on XNet. There we go. There's your $3 right there, guys. There's your $3. So don't get greedy. This would be the target if you guys are in 280s. Maybe even now I'd say if you guys are in 280s, you're only risking 270, right? So you're risking about 10 cents. What do you want to make in return? If you're risking 10 cents, you want to make at least 20 cents in return. So if you're in 280s, here's your target met on XNet. Nice trade there. And good job guys calling this one out. Good job calling out XNet. This was a solid trade. Great, Anthony. You're trying to improve on your technicals. Great. Awesome. This is a textbook pattern right here. Textbook pattern on XNet. Appreciate it. Thank you. see TROV hitting some new highs here, 260s. Look at XNet, there's 305s, nice. TROV. Man, TROV is really causing shorts a lot of issues here. You know, day 3. It's continuing to move on up here on TROV. And still doing some great volume for a day 3. How's RBZ looking? Slow fade here on RBZ, slow fade. So what time is it? It's about 10 o'clock. About 10 o'clock here. ACRS continuing the fade on out. So make sure you guys have stop losses in there, guys, on ACRS. Make sure you guys have your stop losses in. I mean, because this did go on a big rally here from $1 to 180. So you could definitely be seeing some more downside on ACRS. So just be careful on that one there. Make sure you guys have a stop loss in. Chris, nice little scalp, 297, 304. Nice little scalp right there, nice. Wow, there's XNet. There's 309. 310s. So really starting to push here on XNet. Beautiful. Perfect play right there on XNet. Very nice. Who says high floats can't move? XNet proving us wrong here. Sterling Trader, yeah. I mean, I would just say on this play, like we said, it's a combination of technicals, nice technical breakout pattern, price action, and volume. So those are 3 things right here, moving XNet at the moment. And I'd probably say some shorts are getting squeezed now over $3. Good morning, IBS. Yeah, IBS here a little late, man. We just took a lot of us took a nice setup here on XNet. Nice ABCD pattern. We called out the 280 alert here, risking 270, and now we're over at 316 here on XNet. Sweet, Chris. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, don't worry about it, IBS. Don't worry about it. There's going to be a ton more. Next week's a brand new week. So we'll see what's going to be in store for next week. I didn't even take the trade either, IBS, because I do have to head out in like 10 minutes. So I didn't want to get caught in anything. And I did have a trade over in pre-market. So, just being safe, especially on a Friday. Wow, Casper, you're in at 279. How come you sold so early? What was your target, man? Were you just looking for a quick scalp? If I was in at 279, I'd probably be risking 270, like I said, for upper 290s three. Guess you were just looking for a quick scalp, eh? Hey, Casper. I mean, if that was your original plan, then don't beat yourself over it too much, man. Don't beat yourself over it too much. If you were going for a quick scalp, green is still good. You're still up. Green's still good, man. So just be happy you came out in the green there. And I'm also thinking, guys. I think next week I'm gonna have some guest speakers on. I think I'm gonna have some guest speakers on next week. And I know you guys enjoyed me having Dennis on in the past. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be contacting Dennis this weekend. See if he can come on next week. Maybe I'll be contacting some other traders to see if anyone else is interested in hopping on the mic with me. So I think next week I'm gonna look to have some guest speakers on. How does that sound, guys? Alex been having some guest speakers on as well. Oh, Dennis, he's still good. He's still good. He's still been trading. He's still been trading. I've still been in contact with Dennis. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some. I'm gonna have some guest speakers on next week. Definitely be asking Dennis and maybe asking a few more of you guys if you're interested. If anyone's interested in hopping on the mic, just let me know. Just type in chat. I don't mind having some people on. No, there is, Preston. There's voice channels in Discord. There's voice channels. All right, Casper just DM me. Yeah, Casper. Yeah, Casper. You could definitely hop on the mic with me. So I'll have Casper on next week too. There you go. Anyone else interested? Just let me know. Look at Xnet there. Coming up at 320s now. Yeah, Dominic, no giveaway today. No giveaway today. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. I did a giveaway last weekend. So, no giveaway today. Oh, and I forgot to mention, for anyone who did win a recent giveaway, Jason and who was it? Yeah, Casper. I did get the company who I do order the t-shirts and sweatshirts through. They did contact me saying they were out of stock in the brand I do use for the t-shirts and sweatshirts. They did say it's going to be a little bit longer of a delay. So Casper, Jason, if you're still listening, it'll be a little bit longer of a delay on the t-shirt and sweatshirt giveaway. All right, Casper, have a good one, man. I'll talk to you soon. Yes, IBS, I did give you a donation, and for anyone watching this live stream, IBS has been with us for over a year. He's been with us for a long time, and IBS is going back home to Africa. I forgot when IBS, but I know you did say it. Was it December? Anyways, IBS is going back to his home in Africa in a few months. And if anyone is willing to donate to IBS in his village in Africa to help kids in his village with school supplies and education, please, if you guys are willing to give IBS a donation, let me show you guys in Discord where you guys could go to donate to him and his village. You guys go down, scroll to the donations tab in Discord, and here's a link to the PayPal to IBS. So if anyone's willing to donate a few bucks, anything to help out, be much appreciated. You got it, IBS. Anything to help you guys out. Oh wow, you're going in a few weeks, IBS. I didn't know it was that soon. All right, so I'll probably be guys wrapping up the live stream in the next 5 minutes here. Like I said, I do have to head out, so I will be leaving in the next few minutes here. Stevie, if you're interested in doing the one-on-one, just DM me over in Discord, and we could talk about it. So I'm at NickTrades20 over in Discord. Oh, XNet 330s. So nice little play here on a Friday. Nice play on XNet on a Friday. Some good momentum here. Some great momentum on XNet. Chris, it's possible. It is possible. I mean, it's coming up here. It's still doing some strong volume here on XNet. Coming on up. Nice breakout here. Really nice on XNet. Did surprise me going this high. Travel thoughts? No, the long would be, this would be chasing here. This is what I call a chase entry. Longs would have been 280s, 290s versus 270. Maybe if you guys are scalpers, maybe a 3 scalp to, 315, 320. But, buying up here is chasing. If anything, this would kind of be, possible short into a parabolic versus 350. Probably something I wouldn't do. But, I would be maybe looking for a short scalp. When you're shorting on the front side, remember, guys, front side shorts require front side covers. So, it's not something I'd be, looking to, cover back at 270. It'd kind of be maybe a 330 short, maybe risking, the highs, or 340 short, risking 350 for some pullback to maybe 310, $3. Eventually it's gonna come on down. It could be today, could be Monday, could be next week. So we really don't know. But yeah, eventually, I'm sure it's gonna come back on down XNet. And then we get, sometimes we'll get that black swan, a rare play that, will continue to grind on up to like $10. But we don't see those too often. Last time I remember seeing a really high float, I'm sure there was a number, but this is one I just off the top of my head, was kind of something like UXIN, where UXIN just went from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, just grinded on up. and this was a high float too on UXIN. It was like a 200 million in float. Just caught a lot of people off guard and just squeezed on up. This is what I would call, example of a rare. It's a rare one on UXIN. You don't see this happen too often. A high float play just continuing to grind and squeeze on up. But you could see eventually it came back down, came back to reality. Yeah, we do need a New York meetup. It, it is getting a little cold here, so I'm maybe thinking in the springtime. Uh, you'll also be 21 by then, so we could maybe go get some drinks or something. So, I'm thinking maybe in the springtime we'll do, a New York meetup. Definitely be setting that up though. Yeah, XNet is easy to borrow. So when it's easy to borrow, easy to blow up. So that's definitely a bullish thing for the longs here on XNet. It's easy to borrow. So guys, I do have to head out in like 2 minutes here. So next 2 minutes, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I would love to meet you all, you guys. Love to meet IBS. I love to meet. I want to meet all you guys. So if anyone has any last final questions before I wrap up the stream, feel free to X. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah, I'm pretty young, guys. I'm pretty young. Yeah, I don't like to call myself a guru. I know people call it. I'm not gonna say don't call me a guru, but I don't know. I don't like putting like that label on my name. I'm just another trader like you guys. Just another trader like you guys. Maybe I have more experience doing it, but I don't want to label myself like a guru. Nice, you're over in Florida. Yeah, I go to Florida every year. I love Florida. It's like my second home over in Florida. So if I'm in the area, I'll definitely contact you, Chris. Yeah, Dreambox, yeah. If you guys don't mind, you'll type in where you guys are from. After that, I'm probably going to wrap it up, though. It's cool to see where everyone's from. I know we have a diverse crowd. A lot of Canadian traders here. We have a lot of traders from the United States. And then we have some traders from Africa. IBS over in Africa. And we have some Australian traders too. Philadelphia, Romania, wow. Chicago. Senegal, yep, IBS, Los Angeles. Wow, really diverse here. It's great. It's so cool to see traders, from around the world. That's awesome. Really cool stuff, guys. Really cool stuff. This is nice. Nice to see where you guys are from. Yeah, Dreambox, all love in here. All love in here. I'll answer this last question and I'm gonna wrap it on up because I do have to really head out of here in like the next minute or two. Yeah. So when I first told my parents, they weren't really too supportive at first. They wanted me, to go a traditional route, go to college, get a degree, then work for someone. But I never really wanted to do that. I never really saw myself working for someone. I just never, I don't know, I just never never saw myself doing that. I always saw myself either running my own business or doing something on my own. And I kind of told my parents that, and I was like, guys, just give me some time here. Just give me like some time to prove myself to you guys that I can actually do trading, full time and make a living doing this. And eventually they let me do it. They were supportive of it, and they saw me doing really well for myself. They saw I loved it and I enjoyed it, and they started supporting it. That's kind of how it went down. But I think a lot of parents at first are a little skeptical. At least my parents were a little skeptical at first, but then they saw how much I loved it. I enjoyed it. I did it every day, and then I started doing well. So that's kind of how it went down. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna end it on that note, guys. I'm gonna end it on that note. Once again, appreciate you guys for all being here, tuning into the stream this week. It means a lot to me. And once again, I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Any questions for me? Feel free to DM me. I'm gonna be over in Discord. I'll be in Discord, later on today, just seeing how things are looking. But do have to run out and go to a meeting in the next 10 minutes. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Peace. Enjoy, everyone.